Today we have an interesting guest. He's already experienced so much, achieved so much, played so many games, even though he's still quite young. Our guest today is Vladislav Vinokurov, Tudan. We're going to have a chat with him now. Hello, Vlad.
Hello?
Thank you so much for agreeing to talk with us. It's really great to see you. Am I right in thinking you're 12 years old now?
Yeah, I'll be 13 in November.
12 years old. So you can't play in tournaments with the under 12 restrictions anymore, right?
Right, only under 16 now.
All right, Vlad, let's start with a classic question. The one you've probably been asked a million times. Tell us, how did you get into Go? How did you discover the game? Did someone teach you? Where did your interest come from?
I started playing Go when I was about 6 years old. My dad taught me. He was really into Go at the time. He played on KGS around 7Q, I think, and later he made it to around 4Q. At first, he just showed me the board and the stones. We had this magnetic board. I thought it was interesting, liked placing the stones on the board, and I got hooked. He started by teaching me basic theory like life and death. How 6 stones in a row can't live, stuff like that. Then I started playing on KGS against players and bots. I tried to win. I really wanted to win, so I just placed stones without thinking too much. My first tournaments were the KGS Grand Prix.
Ah, so you started on KGS. I also started there a long time ago, but I kind of drifted away from it over time.
Same here. I used to play on KGS, made it to one day, and then moved to Fox. At one point, I played a lot on OGS. But I don't really like their rating system. It feels a bit off. 2 7Q players can play completely differently.
So you've already beaten your dad, right?
Oh yeah, a long time ago. There's this one moment he remembers well, and so do I. I just asked Dad play with me. He was like, alright, sipping his tea, playing casually, and then he looked at the board. Something was off. The position wasn't going well for him.
It was just bad.
And that's how he lost.
Look, you've got so many achievements already. You're a first-ranked player, soon to be a candidate master, and you're only 12. How did you get to this point? Tell our viewers, how did you become so strong, skilled, and cool? What does it take?
Well, honestly, I've had a lot of Go teachers. At first, my dad helped me, but then I've got a lot of books and problem collections. At one point, I was solving problems like crazy, just sitting there on Tsumego Hero. And of course, I've played a ton of games on Fox and KGS. I've also had a lot of tutors. Yura Garaja was my first teacher. I was around 19Q back then.
Interesting.
He still teaches me. There was also this Go club called Leader, run by Timur last year. I attended online, so it was easy. Just log in and study. He'd often review games or give us Go problems. So I still study with Yura Garanja and Ilya Shikshin. I've had a lot of tutors. It's definitely made a big difference because...
You should have started with that Yura Garanja Leader. There was Ilya Shikshin.
I saved the best for last.
Makes sense, yeah. Ilya Shikshin helps out a tiny bit too.
He gives me homework, either problems or game reviews. Sometimes we play with reverse komi because playing with handicap isn't quite the same.
What do you think? Is it talent, or is it just a ton of practice? What matters more, or is it both?
Honestly, I think it's both. There were times when I wasn't practicing much, but I still played decently. Talent definitely plays a role, even though it's a bit of a vague term. It's hard to say if someone has talent or not. But a hardworking player will always beat a lazy but talented one. Talent really shows at the professional 9-dan level, where both players train hard, but the one with talent wins. Without talent, even with the same amount of training, you might not win because there are no draws in Go.
You mostly play on Fox during your live streams, right?
Yeah.
So why Fox? I mean, there are so many options out there. Fox seems a bit complicated. There are all these characters, some symbols popping up everywhere. OGS, for example, is much simpler. Why not Taigam? Why Fox?
I've played on Taijam too, but mostly just to switch things up. The players there are really aggressive, and it took me a while to climb the ranks. I don't like OGS because it takes forever to find a match. On Fox, you get opponents quickly. Plus, there are a lot of pros playing there so you can watch their games.
Wait, so you're saying Fox players are less aggressive than Taigam?
There are a lot of 6 to 7 dans. At the lower dan levels, like 1 to 5 dan, players are always fighting, trying things. Not giving up, setting traps, that's more of a Q thing. Once you get to 6-7 dan, they start to play fair, start to play more calmly, focusing on territory. But they're still aggressive in their own way. They know how to balance territory and fighting, but they still like to fight, cut you everywhere. So after 6-7 dan, it's like they're good at both. Better at fighting, I guess. On Q levels, it's all about fighting. At mid dan, it's calmer. And then at 6 to 7 dan, there's more pressure, not necessarily aggression. Ilya Shikshin mentioned that it's tough to break through to 8-9 dan because...
Lots of cheaters.
Yeah, tons of cheaters. It's hard to catch them. Lately, they've started checking 9 dan players for cheating. But at 7th, 8th dan, they're still there. Some people cheat not even to win, but just to see how the AI would play in certain situations. Yeah, they watch...
How AI would win for them and then... Right.
They try to learn from it.
Alexander Dinerstein once published an article in a magazine about Shinjin Seo's daily routine when he was really young, just like you are now, maybe even younger than you. His schedule was insane. His whole day was packed. Games, Go problems, game reviews, more games, more Go. It was crazy. Do you have anything like that?
A schedule?
Yeah, like a training schedule. For example, today I'll solve this many problems, play this many games, and I won't sleep until I'm done.
I've tried making schedules like that. Play a game at this time, study at that time, but I never stuck to them. Eventually I just stopped. So I just play when I feel like it. Solve Go problems.
Like a normal person, yeah. I think Shinjin Seo wasn't going to regular school when he had that kind of schedule. He was just fully focused on Go.
If I trained like that, 5 hours a day, I'd probably be way stronger than a 2 dan RGF. I'd probably be 7-8 dan on Fox by now. I mean, I'd play way better if I followed a schedule like this. But I'm in 6th grade, so I don't have that much time.
Hey, imagine this. You're playing a long game, and by the end of it, everyone gathers around your board. You're playing, say, Alex Moromtsev, and everyone wants to watch. By the end, all the other games are finished, and there's a crowd of about 10 people around your board. How do you feel in that moment?
If I'm winning, I'm smiling to myself, feeling pretty good. It's nice knowing everyone's watching me win. If I'm losing, if the position on the board is unclear, I just stay neutral. They're watching and that's it. If I lose, it's kind of frustrating. My style is similar to the players on Fox. I play like...
So you play aggressively?
No, Fox players aren't that aggressive. My style is more calm. But sometimes I can get into fights. I tend to play calm, yet I try to adapt to my opponent. To be honest, I prefer calm play, especially when I'm doing big moves or endgame on Fox. When I'm evaluating my opponent's moves, I don't think like a Fox player. I think about how I would play. I try to adapt and guess what my opponent is thinking.
Who's the strongest player in Europe?
Back when Ilya Shikshin played there, he was winning a lot there. He'd even beat some low-dan Chinese pros, like 1 or 2 pro-dans. I don't follow it much now, but since he left, a lot of strong players seem to have equal chances. For example, a 5-dan amateur can beat a pro, or a 1-dan pro can beat a 2 or 3-dan pro. So it's unpredictable now. You could even start betting on it.
And the world top 1? Obviously Shinjin Seo. He's the strongest right now, I guess. Do your teachers and classmates know you play Go? Know about your hobby?
I've done a few presentations about Go, so yeah. My classmates know, we have Telegram groups, and I'm pretty open about it. So many people know about my live streams and Go. Teachers, my computer science, and math teachers know too, they've seen my presentations.
Besides Go, do you have time for other hobbies?
Not really. I don't have many hobbies outside of Go. I try to draw, but I don't do it often because if I do, I feel it needs to be perfect. No compromises. I know you start out bad and get better, but for some reason, I can't accept that with drawing.
Same for everything. When you started Go, you weren't good at first either. You probably played poorly at the beginning, but then you got better.
I don't know. With drawing, there's no opponent to measure yourself against. Go is different.
Yeah, Go is about competing with others. Drawing is more about competing with yourself. Exactly.
So I just focus on school, try to do well in class, take tests, and play Go?
You've already played in so many tournaments.
Yeah.
By the way, have you counted how many tournaments you've played?
I've played 405 games in 79 tournaments.
79 tournaments? Wow, how old were you when you played your first tournament? 8, 9?
7 or 8, I guess. Let me check. My first tournament was the KGS Grand Prix on March 30th, 2020, so I was 8 or 9.
Vlad, if you wanted to go study in Asia, which country would you choose? Say, if you saved up enough from live stream donations?
Right now, I'm leaning toward China. I played against Chinese players in the Larix tournament, so I have some connections. To get a professional Dan, it's easier to go to Japan, but based on my connections and plans, China makes more sense.
How do you prepare for tournaments? Do you have a specific routine? Like for a big tournament, not just any tournament, but one where...
An important one?
Yeah, where you really need to bring your A
I solve
game.
a lot of problems, just grind them out. I also try to play more games. My teachers usually give me special training before tournaments.
How does that work?
I just focus more. Try to push myself harder.
Any secrets to good reading? How do you learn to read out variations well, unlike me?
Just play Go and practice reading. Don't play randomly. Try to calculate variations. Play against aggressive players. Wait for them to start fights and then think, I need to win this fight to win the game. If I win the fight, I might gain 1 point and win by 0.5. You have to calculate everything precisely. Oh, and counting points is just as important as reading.
Thank you so much for coming.
Have a great evening, everyone. Thanks for watching the interview.
By the way, you can also watch these lessons on our platform, gomagic.org. Except there, you'll watch them with interactive quizzes right within the lessons and practical exercises right after them. And if you enjoy watching these Go videos and you don't want to miss others like this one, go smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and this is Go Magic.